welcome back to Food Prep Guide. This video is a little bit different than normal. We are outside at our chicken coop. This is Miss Keisha here. She is one of my children's favorite hens. They say she is very, very nice, and she is. But I wanted to talk about how you can feed chickens frugally and without commercial feed. Now, we have raised chickens for several years, and we've always used commercial feed, especially the layer pellets for our girls as they... Please don't poop on me. She feels like she's about to poop. Anyway, but in the fall of last year, somewhere around September, October, we experienced a complete halt in egg production. Now, it's normal to experience a decrease in egg production in the fall and winter just as the daylight hours shorten. Totally normal for chickens to decrease, but it's not completely normal for them to stop altogether an entire flock. We had about 25 hens at the time of laying age, and they all stopped at the same time, and we didn't get eggs for like 2 months. Not a single one. That's not normal. So what we did was we researched it, we looked into it, and there's a whole lot of theories as to what may have happened. I'm not going to go into all those, but it just seemed like it would be wise for us to maybe learn how to feed the chickens without the need for a commercial supplier. So what we did is we switched to a different way of feeding. So number one was vegetable scraps. When we cooked, we were already in the habit of feeding our chickens vegetable scraps, but we got even more into that habit. And not only vegetable scraps, but I'm talking rice, beans, pasta, like scraps of all sorts of things, because there's a lot of protein in beans and stuff like that. And chickens are kind of known as like the pigs of the fowl category. They will practically eat anything. There is a few things that we need to be careful not to feed them, but for the most part, they will clean up anything and it'll be fine for them. So we increased the leftovers or whatever that we would feed to the birds. The second one was oyster shells. So we needed to find something to encourage egg production, and oyster shells is what we used for that. Since we were no longer using layer pellets with added calcium, what we needed to do was supplement with calcium somehow. Oyster shells is just oyster shells powdered up like this. They come into like a 50-pound bag at your local farm store, Tractor Supply, things like that. And they're pretty cheap and they last a long time. You only need to feed, we were feeding about 2 cups for our 25 bird flock. So just to give you an idea of how much, and that's all, everything that I'm about to list, this is all together. Every day they got servings of all of these things. So the next was crushed corn or cracked corn. And this is just roughage, it is calories. They love corn, and having it be cracked and crushed like this is easier on their craws, not getting, what's the word I'm looking for, impacted so much. And they just love that. So that was calories and just some good nutrition in that. The last thing that we used was black oil sunflower seeds. Now I am out of my big 50-pound bag. I need to go to the store and get more. But black oil sunflower seeds, these are marketed for bird feeders. They're very cheap. I'm talking 50-pound bags for like $10. And people use them to put in their bird feeders. She looks like she's about to poop again. Please just be nice, okay? And very cheap, and this is healthy fats. This is what we are, I'm gonna put her down because she's about to use it. Go ahead. Thank you for being a sweet girl. This is what we're gonna be using for healthy fats and to increase that calorie. It was just dirt. Then why was he like?
It was an ant. Yeah, it was a very big ant.
I looked over and he's pointing. He's got this horrified look on his face.
Like this.
Okay. Okay. What was I saying? Oil content. And besides the oil content, they just absolutely love seeds. So all of those things together was enough to give our chickens a complete diet without having to purchase from, my son is like, just being silly. Do you want to be on the camera? Is that what you want? Okay. Without having to purchase commercial feed and being able to move into an alternative that was a lot more frugal as well. So I hope that was helpful to y'all, and we will see you next time. Bye.